Tired of the same old top-down game experience? Check out my review of Hellfront Honeymoon. Next on Mumbles. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Mumbles. Today I'm bringing you a game review of a game called Hellfront Honeymoon. Now, this is a game that is really unique in as much as what it asks you to do, but whether or not it's a good game, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. Before we get into that, I do have to ask you guys all, please do make sure to slap that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons, and please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this video and know how much I appreciate all of this stuff. I really, really do from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys. Now, without further ado, let's talk about this game. Hellfront Honeymoon is a game that is created, Hellfront Honeymoon is a game that is available for $9.99 on multiple systems, including Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. And in 2019, this game will be launching on the Nintendo Switch. Now, Hellfront Honeymoon is created by a company called Sky Goblin, and to this point, they haven't done a lot of other games, but they have done one gaming series called The Journey Down. Now, this game itself was a very good and successful game for the company, because they made 3 games on it, so it would have to be. So please do keep that in mind as we're reviewing this game, that they do have experience in the gaming industry. So what the heck is this game about? I'm going to read you the very short description that we have from the company themselves. Hellfront Honeymoon is an intense twin-stick action strategy game to be enjoyed with friends over a 6-pack of juice. One screen, one winner. Features 1 to 4 player pick up and play local matches, tight as hell PvPvP combat, short intense matches, it never drags, speedrun and compete on the leaderboards, full controller support plus mouse and keyboard, play solo and co-op missions or deathmatch. So what the heck is this game about? Basically, this game is a top-down shooter that takes some strategy. Basically, the only way for me to describe it is to describe the game for you. Basically, what you do in this game is you start the game as your solo little guy. Now, you have to build up a base, or you can build up a turret. You have 2 choices to make there. Depending on that choice, 2 things will happen. Either the turret will be used to shoot at the various enemies, or the base that you build will spawn Marines to help you in your fight. Now, you do have to shoot through walls and get through the obstacles, but basically the ultimate goal is to destroy the enemy's bases as well as their characters and to win the game. That's all there is to it. A very simple, simplistic game. In Mumbles words, that's the best I can do to give you guys. Now let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, the graphics in this game are very well done. I do love the graphics. They're very crisp, they're very clean, they're bright, and they're colorful, and I could ask for really no more in a game than what they've given me graphical-wise in this one. Now, the soundtrack in this game is a bit monotonous, and it is gaming elevator music. That's the term I love to use. There's nothing really great about it. There's nothing really horrible about it. It's just music that's there. Now, control-wise, this game uses only a couple buttons. You use both sticks, one to move and the other to aim. You use your right trigger to shoot, and then you use your X and your Y button to build either a base or a turret. Control-wise, all the controls work great. It's a very well-controlling game, so no complaints here. Now let's talk about the gameplay itself. Really, this is a fast, action-paced game. Basically, you have to use strategy as to what you're going to do and how best to destroy the enemy player or enemy CPU. So basically, each level and each map is a little bit different. You're given different bases and areas that you can capture. So one of the cooler maps that I played recently on this game was where it puts you in between 2 turrets. And it basically says to the player, if you walk out there, you're going to die. If you open up a hole, you're going to die. So you might as well sit where you are. So you kind of have to sit back, use your brain, and not be an idiot and rush in. If you rush in too fast, the turrets will kill you. If not, the bugs that are hidden in the walls might get you. So it's really a balancing act as to when you decide to go, what you decide to build, and how you decide to do it. So this game does have a lot of strategy in it. It has a lot of fun in it. And it's just a cool overall game. There's not a lot to talk about here in the gameplay section. Now let's talk about the cons of this game. The first con in this game is that this game is rather repetitive. You know, a game like this, you expect it to be repetitive. you can only do these games so many times and change things up. So that is our first con. It is rather repetitive. My second con for this game is that this game, it's rather short. It's a rather short game. It's more made for couch co-op or couch gaming, but the single player isn't all that long, so just do keep that in mind as we go through the rest of this game review. It doesn't have a lot of single player to it. Now my third and final con for this game is that this game has no story. And I'm not going to knock points off for this, but it would be nice in a game like this where, you know, you're obviously putting down bases and stuff. It'd be nice if it had some kind of background built into the single player. Just something simple, you know. Oh, they're going after the enemy, whatever. It'd take 5 minutes to do, and it would make the game playing experience take it to the next level. Really all that's left to ask now is, what is this game going to get on our Mumbles review? I gotta preface this by saying I did not have anyone come over to my house and play this game, but I do have to say this seems like it would be a fun game to play with friends. But here's the deal, guys. If you bring your friend over and you want him to play a game with you, are you really gonna pick up Hellfront Homefire and ask him to play that game, or are you gonna play something else cool? Unless he's a friend that comes over a lot, you're gonna ask him to play something cool, like Smash or something like that. You're not gonna pull out Hellfire Homefront to play this. So with that in mind, I think that they should have made this game online co-op as well as couch co-op, because this isn't the game that would be first and foremost up front in your gaming choices. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't be. With that being said, this is still a very fun, awesome game that I definitely recommend for anyone that does like couch co-op and has, you know, maybe you guys have a weekly tournament or something. This would be a great game for that because it is very fast-paced, it is very fun, and if you were having a party or something like that, this is a game that would fit in perfectly. So with that in mind, Hellfront Honeymoon, you're going to get a 6 out of 10 on today's Mumbles review. You're not a perfect game. I wish you would have had online co-op. I wish you would have had more to the single player. But overall, a nice gaming experience that I really do enjoy. Anyways, guys, that has been another episode of Mumbles. I want to thank you guys all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.